Good morning, students. I am Samatha, lecturer in chemistry, JDC Women Hussainialam. Today topic is stability of coordination compounds. Okay, in last class we have completed that some theories and isomerism in coordination compounds. Na? So next topic is stability of coordination compounds, and next theory is crystal field theory. Okay, first we let us discuss stability of coordination compounds. Thermodynamic equilibrium constant stability depend upon the interaction between metal and ligand. If interaction strong, thermodynamic stability also strong. Reaction between metal ion and ligand is based on Lewis acid and base. The greater the value of stability constant, more stable in the complex. Okay, here stability depends upon the interaction between metal and ligand. If the interaction between metal and ligand is more, automatically stability also more. So completely the stability of coordination compounds is depends upon the interaction between metal and ligand. And reaction between metal ion and ligand is based as a Lewis acid and base. The greater the value of stability constant, more stable is the complex, like that. Okay, here stability of coordination compounds is the here we are taking M plus NL is proportional to MLN. Okay, here M is the metal, L is the ligand, and N means number of ligands. Okay, for example, 4 number of ligands are there, then Ml4 is there. So this is the equilibrium reaction. Here K is the rate constant. Here MLN is the complex. Okay, metal react with n number of ligands and form MLN complex. Okay, here this is equilibrium reaction and K is the rate constant. Apply law of mass action. Here K equals to the concentration of complex by concentration of metal into concentration of ligand. Okay, this is the rate constant, stability constant of coordination compounds. Okay, stability constant or equilibrium constant K equals to MLN. MLN means the concentration of complex divided by concentration of metal into concentration of ligands. Okay, here K equals to formation equilibrium constant, and K is proportional to stability of complex. And this K equals to 1 by K, sorry, K prime equals to 1 by K. K prime equals to constant instability constant or the dissociation constant. And stability of coordination compounds, system stability. Okay, here the system is CD plus 2 plus 4NH3 gives rise to CdNH3 taken 4. This is the complex. The stability is 1.3 into 10 to the power of 7. Ag plus 2 NH3 means here Ag plus react with two ammonia ligands and form diaminosilver complex. AgNH3 taken twice, that is the complex. And next is copper plus 2 react with 4 NH3 ligands and form tetraaminocuprate complex. The stability complex is 4.5 into 10 to the power of 11. Next is Ag plus 2 Cn minus. Ag plus react with 2 cyanide ligands and form dicyanosilver complex. The stability is 5.5 into 10 to the power of 18. And Cu plus 2 plus 4 Cn minus gives rise to, Cu plus 2 plus 4 Cn minus. Here also complex is CuNH, sorry, Cu Cn taken 4 is the complex, and stability is 2.0 into 10 to the power of 33. Cn minus is more stable than amine complex. It conclude that cyano is a stronger ligand than amine. Stability depend upon charge density of the metal ion and nature of ligands. Okay, students, here Cn minus ligand is the here in fourth reaction cyanide ligand is there. So this cyanide ligand is more stable than amine ligand. So it conclude that cyano is a stronger ligand than amine, and that stability is depends upon the first is charge density of the central metal ion or ionic radii, and second is the nature of the ligand. The crystal next is the crystal field theory. The crystal field theory was proposed by Hans Bethe and Van Vleck, scientist names here. Two scientists proposed this crystal field theory. Okay, crystal field theory in shortcut, we said that CFT means crystal field theory. Okay, this is the one of the most important bonding theory in coordination compounds. Okay, crystal field theory. This crystal field theory was proposed by two scientists, Hans Bethe and Van Vleck. Okay guys, Hans Bethe and Van Vleck scientists proposed this crystal field theory. Crystal field theory assumes that the interaction between metal ion and the ligand is purely electrostatic. Okay, according to crystal field theory, the bond between metal ion and ligand is a purely electrostatic bond. Okay, according to Werner's theory, that is completely ionic bond, and according to valence bond theory, that is completely coordination bond. But according to crystal field theory, the bond between metal ion and ligand is a completely electrostatic bond or purely electrostatic. And features of crystal field theory. First feature is central metal atom or ion is surrounded by various ligands which are either negative charge or neutral molecule. Okay, here central metal atom or ion is surrounded by the various ligands. Okay, metal is surrounded by various ligands which are either negative or neutral. Okay, negative ligands or neutral ligands, whatever it may be, the central metal atom is surrounded by the various number of ligands. And electrostatic interaction between metal ligand is there. Example, ferrous and cobalt plus 3 is there. Central metal atom is having 5 degenerated d orbitals. Okay, according to crystal field theory, the metal is each and every metal is having 5 degenerated d orbitals. Okay, how many d orbitals are there in general? Total 5 types of d orbitals are there. In pure metal atom, that 5 d orbitals are degenerated d orbitals. Okay, what are the 5 d orbitals here? Dxy orbital, dyz orbital, dxz orbital, and dx square y square orbital, and dz square orbital. Okay, these are the 5 degenerated d orbitals present in the pure metal ion. Okay, here the structure of the d orbitals is there. First d orbital is dyz orbital. Okay, here the dyz orbital, here it is x axis is there, and it is y axis, and it is z axis, but here the d orbital lobes are present in between the axis. Okay, lobes are present at which at present it where the lobes of d yz orbitals are present between between the axis. And other also same, dxz and dxy also same. Okay, here also dxz also, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and it is z-axis, and the lobes of d orbitals are present between the axis, and dxy orbital is also having same. The lobes are present between the axis. So these three are one group of d orbitals. Okay, 2 and 3. Okay guys, the d orbitals are totally 5 d orbitals are there, but in these 5 d orbitals, based on the presence of lobes or based on the position of lobes, these are again classified into two groups. Okay, one is eg group and another is t2g groups. Okay, here dyz, dxy, dxz, these three d orbitals or lobes are present between the axis. So these three comes under one group, that is t2g group. Okay, these three are called as t2g group. And next eg d orbitals are these two, dx square y square and dz square. Okay, dx square y square lobes are present on the x-axis and y-axis. Okay, here it is x-axis and it is y-axis. Okay, x-axis is having two lobes and y-axis also having two lobes. Lobes are present on the axis. And dz square also, the d orbital lobes are present on z-axis only. So these two d orbitals, dx square y square and dz square d orbitals are comes under eg group of d orbitals. Okay, d orbitals are two types, two groups, t2g group and eg group. T2g group means the lobes are present between the axis, and eg group means the lobes are present on the axis. Okay, T2g group orbitals, what are the T2g group of d orbitals? dyz, dxz, dxy. And eg group of d orbitals, dx square y square and dz square. And next is the features of crystal field theory. When the ligands approach the metal ion, due to repulsion forces, the degeneracy of d orbitals is destroyed and they split into two groups of different energy levels, that is T2g and Eg orbital. This effect is called crystal field splitting. Okay guys, first we have discussed that each and every pure metal is having 5 degenerated d orbitals. Okay, here also same, 5 degenerated d orbitals are there, but when this metal is participates in complex formation, that ligands are approaches the central metal atom. At that time, due to the electronic repulsions, these 5 degenerated d orbitals are undergo electronic repulsion with ligands, and these are split into two groups. Okay, high energy group and low energy group. This splitting is called as crystal field splitting. Okay, when the ligands approach the metal ion, due to repulsion forces, the degeneracy of d orbitals is destroyed and they split into two groups of different energy levels. Okay, one is T2g group and another is the Eg group, and this effect is called as crystal field splitting. Okay, here diagram is also there. Here totally 5 degenerated d orbitals are there. These 5 degenerated orbitals present in pure metal. When this metal make a bond with ligands, due to that electronic repulsions, these 5 degenerated d orbitals split into two energy levels. Okay, this is one group and here is one group. Okay, here what are the orbitals here? Dx square y square, dz square. Dx square y square, dz square means which group it is? Eg group. Okay, high energy level group is Eg group, and downside three d orbitals are there. What are they? dxy, dxz, dyz. Okay, these three are comes under T2G group. These are low energy group. Actually, this type of splitting we will observe in octahedral complexes. Okay, in octahedral complexes, this type of d orbital splitting we can observe. In octahedral complexes, the d orbitals are split into two energy levels. High energy level is Eg group and low energy group is T2G group. Okay, here the energy gap between these two groups we can denoted by delta O. Okay, delta O, here O is the octahedral. Okay, here same, when the ligands approach the metal ion due to repulsion forces, the degeneracy of d orbitals is destroyed and they split into two groups of different energy levels, that is T2G and Eg orbital. This effect is called crystal field splitting. Okay, this type of crystal field splitting generally we will observe in octahedral complexes. In octahedral complexes, these d orbitals are split into two groups, high energy level Eg group and low energy level T2G groups. The energy gap difference between these two groups we can distinguish by delta O. Here delta O means octahedral. And next, due to repulsion, the orbital due to repulsion, the orbitals along the axis of ligands acquire high energy, while those lying in between the ligands acquire less energy. It doesn't show the overlapping. From the crystal field stability energy, the stability of the complexes can be known. Okay, here what is the point here? The d orbitals which in octahedral complexes, high energy orbitals are which are high energy orbitals? Eg orbitals. Okay, Eg orbitals means dx square y square and dz square. Okay, what is happening here? The in octahedral complexes, 6 ligands are surrounded by the central metal atom. That 6 ligands approaches the central metal atom along the axis. Okay, x axis, y axis, z axis. Along with 3 axes, totally 6 ligands are approaches the metal atom. At that time, the d orbitals which are present on the axis undergo high electronic repulsions. That's why they enter into high energy level. Okay, that is the reason here. Eg orbitals are present on the axis. That's why that Eg group orbitals undergoes high electronic repulsions with ligands and get into high energy level. And the d orbitals which are present between the axes, they are undergoing low electronic repulsions with ligands and they get into low energy groups. Okay, and it doesn't show overlapping of orbitals. And from the crystal field stability energy, the stability of the complexes can be known. Okay, what is the point here? Due to repulsion, the orbitals along the axis of ligands acquire high energy, while those lying in between the ligands acquire less energy. Okay, it doesn't show the overlapping. From the crystal field stability energy, the stability of the complexes can be known. Okay guys, this is about today's session. Once again we will discuss briefly from the starting. Okay, stability of coordination compounds, thermodynamic equilibrium constant is there, and the stability of complex compounds is depends upon the interaction between the metal and ligand. If interaction is strong, the thermodynamic stability also strong. Reaction between metal ion and ligand is based on Lewis acid and base. The greater the value of stability constant, more stable is complex. Okay, here the thermodynamic stability of complex is metal react with n number of ligands and form MLN complex. Okay, here K is the equilibrium constant, that K equals to concentration of complex, that is MLN, divided by the concentration of metal into concentration of ligands. Okay, here K equals to formation equilibrium constant, and this K is proportional to stability of complex. And K prime equals to 1 by K, and this K prime equals to instability constant or the dissociation constant. Okay, one is association constant and another one is the dissociation constant. And stability of coordination compounds is here. First reaction, Cd plus 2 cadmium plus 2 react with 4 number of amine groups. 4 amines gives rise to CdNH3 taken 4. Okay, that is tetraamino cadmium 2 complex. The stability constant is 1.3 into 10 to the power of 7. Next is Ag plus 2 NH3. Ag plus silver react with 2 moles of ammonia ligands and form AgNH3 taken twice. The stability constant is here 1.6 into 10 to the power of 7. And copper plus 2 react with 4 moles of ammonia ligands NH3 and form CuNH3 taken 4 complex. The stability constant is 4.5 into 10 to the power of 11. And next is Ag plus react with 2 Cn minus and form AgCN2. Okay, this complexes get more stability constant, that is 5.5 into 10 to the power of 18. Okay, according to this, that cyanide Cn minus is a more stable compared to amine complex. So it concludes that cyano is a stronger ligand than amine. Okay, and generally this stability is depends upon the charge density of the central metal ion and nature of the ligands. And next is the crystal field theory, CFT. The crystal field theory was proposed by the scientists Hans Bethe and Van Vleck scientists. Okay, according to this crystal field theory assumes that the interaction between metal and ligand is purely electrostatic. Okay, according to crystal field theory, the bond or the attraction between metal and ligand is completely electrostatic. And features of crystal field theory, central metal atom or ion is surrounded by the various ligands. Okay, central metal atom is surrounded by the various ligands, and that ligands may be negative or neutral ligands. The electrostatic reaction between means there is occur electrostatic interaction between metal and ligands. Okay, example metals are, for example, Fe, ferrous metal is there, cobalt metal is there, copper, nickel, etc. Platinum, palladium metals are there. These all are the metals, and that central metal atoms are having 5 degenerated d orbitals. Okay, 5 degenerated orbitals, what are they? dxy, dyz, dxz, dx square y square and dz square. Okay, these are the 5 degenerated d orbitals. Each and every metal is having these 5 degenerated d orbitals. Okay, the structures of 5 degenerated d orbitals are there. First is d xy is there, dxy, the d orbital loops are present between the x axis and y axis, so this is called as dxy orbital. And next is dyz orbital is there. Here in dyz orbital, the lobes are present between the y-axis and z-axis. Okay, this is y-axis and z-axis. And dxz orbital is there. Here the lobes are present between the x-axis and z-axis. Okay, these three d orbital lobes are present between the axis. That's why these three are comes under one group. And next two d orbitals are there, dx square y square and dz square. In dx square y square d orbital, the lobes are present on the x axis and y axis. So it is dx square y square. And next d orbital, that is dz square, the d orbital lobes are present on the z axis, so it is dz square. These two d orbitals comes under one group because in these two d orbitals the lobes are present on the axis. Okay, remaining three, the lobes are present between the axis, so that three comes under one group and these two d orbitals comes under another group. And next is features of crystal field theory. When the ligands approach the metal ion due to repulsion forces, the degeneracy of d orbitals is destroyed and they split into two groups of different energy levels, that is T2g and Ag orbital. This effect is called crystal field splitting. Okay, already we have discussed that each and every metal is having 5 degenerated d orbitals. Okay, in pure metal the 5 d orbitals are having equal energy. So equal energy means degenerated d orbitals. When that metal participates in the formation of bond with ligands, or when the ligands or approaches the central metal atom due to the electronic repulsions, these 5 degenerated d orbitals are split into different energy groups. Okay, for example we are taking here octahedral complex. Okay, in octahedral complexes the metal is having first 5 degenerated d orbitals. Okay, when 6 ligands or approaches the central metal atom along with the 3 axis. Okay, through the 2 ligands through x axis and 2 ligands through y axis and 2 ligands through z axis, total 6 ligands along with 3 axis approaches the central metal atom. At that time the d orbitals which are present on the axis are undergoing high electronic repulsions and get into high energy levels. Okay, this is in octahedral complexes. Okay, octahedral complexes means that complexes are having 6 coordination number. 6 coordination number means the metal accommodate 6 ligands. So here 6 ligands approaches the central metal atom along with axis. So the d orbitals which are present on axis undergo high electronic repulsions and get into high energy level. Okay, what are the d orbitals present on axis? Dx square y square and dz square. That's why these two d orbitals, dx square y square and dz square orbitals are get into high energy level. That group is called as Eg group. And remaining 3 d orbitals, remaining 3 means the d orbitals which are present between the axes due to less electronic repulsions, these are entered into low energy level, that is T2g group. Okay, here the energy gap between these two groups is denoted by delta O. Delta O means that is octahedral complex. Okay, here also same in octahedral complexes, when the ligands approach the metal ion due to repulsion forces, the degeneracy of d orbitals is destroyed and they split into two groups of different energy levels, that is T2g and Eg orbital, and this effect is called as crystal field splitting. Okay, this is octahedral splitting. Eg group is high energy group and TTG group is low energy group. And next features of CFT. Due to repulsion, the orbitals along the axis of ligands acquire higher energy, while those lying in between the ligands acquire less energy. Okay, already we have discussed is that the orbitals which are lying in on the axis undergo high electronic repulsions, which are present between the axis undergo less energy level, and it does not show overlapping. Okay, this crystal field theory does not show overlapping. And from the crystal field stability, energy, the stability of the complexes can be known. Okay, due to repulsion, the orbitals along the axis of ligands acquire higher energy, while those lying in between the ligands acquire less energy, and it does not show overlapping. From the crystal field stability, energy, the stability of the complexes can be known. Okay, students, this is about today's session, the thermodynamic stability of complexes or coordination compounds, and introduction of crystal field theory. Okay, the features of crystal field theory, and the structures of d orbitals and splitting in octahedral complexes. This is about today's session. Okay, students, hope you understood. Thank you.